Hi, welcome to Tulip End. This is my very first video. Today I just wanted to walk through slash tutorial a shoulder bag or a tote bag depending on your preference. So let's get into the materials that you need. You'll need a sewing machine. You're on top of my sewing machine right now. I use a Brother 100 or 1000X. I can't remember. But you can also hand sew if you'd like to. It would just take a lot longer, but this is something you can easily do if you're a beginner sewist. Um, so pretty simple. You just need to work on straight lines. They don't even have to be straight. So sewing machine or hand sewing. I'm not going to cover hand sewing, but if that's something you're interested in, there's plenty of tutorials on YouTube. But this is mostly going to be sewing machine based. You're also going to need a yard of your inside fabric, but also think about what your handles look like. I choose a yard just so I can get that whole length of how long I want the handles. I usually cut it in half, a yard in half, and use that. We'll go over that. We'll go over that. And then this is my outside fabric. It is jersey knit, I believe. So I made sure to choose a cotton. So when you put stuff in the bag, it doesn't actually stretch. Uh, but up to you. You can use linen. You could use sequins if you wanted to. It's all up to your idea. But usually the easiest thing to work with when you're a beginner is cotton or linen. So let's start sewing and cutting, I guess. Okay, so the pieces I cut don't have exact measurements, but you can do any size that you'd like. I can give you sort of my preferences when it comes to a tote bag or a shoulder bag, but I guess we can just go over the pieces I cut. First piece is for the handle. This is eyeballing it as long as you'd like it. So yeah, that's how I do it. But you can also use like I don't know, you can use a lot of different things like woven material. They sell like straps that you can use at different craft stores, but up to you. We will be making a tube out of this. So if you like double how big you want the straps to be, that'll make the perfect tube for your straps. The inside lining was much easier to cut than the outside. Um, but this is 16 by 16. Wait, hold on. There we go. 16 by 16, and you cut out two, and then outside layer also 16 by 16. Using either the inside lining or the outside fabric, you're, you're going to want to put the two pieces, uh, the fabric you want out, together. So for me, if you want like an example that kind of explains that better than what I just said, um, I want my strawberries to be kissing. That's what I want. So you can see this is the back of the fabric. You want that pointing out. We will be turning this inside out. Uh, so if you have like a solid, pick a side that you like better. You know, that kind of thing. What I'm gonna do is do this is the top, and you're gonna do the side, and you're gonna do the bottom, and you're going to do the other side. Do not sew the top. This is a bag, not a pillow. And you're going to do the same thing to the lining fabric, but when you sew the bottom, you are going to leave a hole. So you're going to sew the side, you're going to sew part of the bottom, back your machine up, and then cut the thread. Thinking of this is super hard for my brain. And then you're going to skip maybe like 4 inches, 3 to 5 inches, I'd say. And then you start your machine up again. So I got everything done, lining and outside wise. As you can see, maybe, I left a hole. This is the bottom. You're gonna leave that to the side. Bag inside out. So you have a few options. You can either keep the edges pointy and squared, and it won't really stand up on a table. This is like more of a traditional tote bag sort of look. Or you can square the edges. What you do is you measure how much you want the edges squared. Usually it's like 2 to 3 inches, depending on the size of the bag. 3 inches should be okay. You measure across like that, and you draw a line, and then you sew up that line, and then you snip the edges, and the edges will be rounded. You're going to fold face side together, they're kissing, and you're just going to sew down the edge for both. That's it. So, BRB. So, this is like the difficult part. When it comes to, DIY handles, is that it's just harder to flip it inside out. I don't know where my tool is. I'm a little mad about it, but um, you just like work. You can even see what I'm doing. You're just gonna try to flip it inside out. Look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful. So with your outer fabric flipped correct side out, so strawberry is not kissing, you are going to get the strap that you sewed. You are going to measure how far apart you want your strap. This is what I want mine to look like. You're going to sew it to one piece of the fabric. Usually I have like this much sticking up. And then you do the same thing to the other side. Okay, after you have the strap sewn on, you're going to grab your lining piece, slide this on over top. Let me show you what that looks like. This is what it looks like. And you are going to sew around the top edge. Sew around the top. Now, this is the best part. Let me back up out of my chair. You go to that hole that we made, and you're going to pull through the outside fabric. This can be a little tough sometimes because there's a lot, and if you made your hole too small, it can be a little tough. But I believe in you. I believe you got this. If I can do it, you can do it. Fold in where the hole was. You fold it. It's hard to see because it's all gang up. You fold it in, and you just sew right on top of that. And then we'll go to our next step. After you put your lining inside your bag when you sew it up, it should look like a bag. Yeah. You are just going to sew around again. This is where you use your decorative stitch. I'm just going to use a regular stitch because I feel like the pattern is a lot. I might do zigzag, but smaller zigzag. I don't know. Or maybe a 25, which is like a wavy squiggle. Maybe I'll do that. But, and then you're done. And wow, all you have to do now is trim a few strings. But look, you have a cute little bag. Add pockets to the lining. You do that before you sew everything. You can do a lot. You can even make one strap that connects at the seams. But dude, you can't see it, but it looks great. It's cute. But yeah, thanks for watching. Instagram and everything with pictures of the bag will be in the description. So have a great day.